Despite what the price on screen and the title of the video would have you think, this is actually one of the best sets Union Arena has ever released. It's mechanically innovative in all the ways that make card games interesting and fun. It pioneers defensive mechanics and inheritable effects in ways that reward fun setup, and player skill expression. It also gives purpose to all the weird gimmicks of Union Arena's first set, like turning a gambling card into removal by letting you ante an opponent's cards, or giving the vanilla beatdown deck an outlet for its pointless power increasing. It is a celebration of these earlier cards, and it's done a way that's actually lore accurate to the characters and stories on the card. It is a perfect set, but it still failed. Hunter x Hunter Volume 2 was distributed as the worst product on the trading card game market. In fact, this set was part of a line of product failures that, as of writing this, is still set up to fail for at least a while going forward. All of these sets suffer the same fate of rotting on store shelves, even at 60% off. And it's at a time when Union Arena is actually managing to increase in sales overall. These Volume 2 sets are sequels to previous Union Arena sets. What they do is offer support for older decks and a new theme in the brand. But there's a few differences to how these sets are structured. First up, these are smaller sets overall, and if you're buying boxes to get playsets, it's only going to take you about 5 to 6 boxes instead of the standard 7 to 8, which is something people do in Union Arena, because the people this game caters towards is those who want to build every deck from a particular set, but not too casually or want to collect everything. It's a weird middle ground thing. The big change with these Volume 2s is that unlike Volume 1s, which are a 3-way even split between its colors, the Volume 2s are a 55 and 45 split between the new introduced theme and support for the 3 older colors. So when you open a product, more than half of your pools will be for a new theme. It looks like this. This has 3 very big effects. First, it limits how easy it is to build extra decks with your bulk from Volume 2. As I was saying, it's a big thing for Union Arena, for players just to buy like half a case, and then build every deck from that color. But with the new Volume 2s, you only really get to do it out of the new color, because the old ones require you to have set 1. It all narrows the pool of people who would be willing to buy this set. Second, it leaves everything feeling underbaked. The older decks barely get enough support, usually only 1 SR, and the newer decks feel like they're playing catch-up. Really, the only decks that are meta from these sets are decks that were already good, or maybe just missing a very slight payoff or some consistency pieces, like Lancelot, Sakuna, and Purple Bleach. Third, it puts all of a set's sales power on the new theme. And that is a problem because the choices for what a set gets are wild. For the Hunter x Hunter example, the new yellow theme is entirely based around the 3-episode-long volleyball game, which was part of an arc that already has its own color, but that's fine. I do see the vision mechanically for this, because it's really cool actually. It's about having the characters use teamwork to block the attacks like in the episode, then using volleyball positioning to swap rows and line up shots. It's really cool. It's very fun. It's one of my favorite decks to play. But whoever at Bandai thought that Razor was the character we should use to sell an entire set probably shouldn't be left in charge of money. They chose this over the Chimera Ant arc, which doesn't have any cards yet. The other themes aren't much better in this regard. If it's good, you'll be a rehash of an existing deck, like in Bleach and JJK. But for Code Geass, the new themes are the Chinese Federation and Rolo. Fucking Rolo. That's the situation with these Volume 2s. They've got all of the problems of basic Union Arena sets, like the bad pull rates and inconsistent balancing, but this is then combined with the issues of a more limited card pool in weak set themes. The few players who stuck around for a Volume 2 and would be willing to buy it are kind of just incentivized to buy singles online if they don't want the new deck. Even still, if they're only playing one deck, you just buy the singles, because when you open a box, only like 1 out of every 8 of your cards is going to be for the deck you want. Which isn't a problem if you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic, but for Union, that's what you're doing here. You're not here to make money, the sets are bad for that. You're not here to play competitive. The sets are also bad for that. You're here because you care about your one character, because it's a character-based casual game. But you don't get that from a pack. You get fucking Razor. Speaking of buying singles, there's another issue. The high rarity cards in these sets are repeats. Take this Suzaku 2-star from Code Geass Vol.2. If you are a collector, this is kind of a direct downgrade from his alt art in Volume 1, which is on his mech. It's very good. And they're all like this. And also, these sets do the Union Arena thing of locking some cards to only having 2-star alt arts. That means, to get this game's main selling point of alt arts, you're gonna have to buy cases. More than one. Because these cards are just gonna be once per case hits. Oh, it gets worse. Because the sets are based around one color. Most of the new 2-stars are gonna be for this new color, and the 1-star alts don't have them. In an example, the yellow Hunter x Hunter one, you only realistically get to pull one alt art you would want if you wanted to play the new deck. Like, it's bizarre to me. You have to like Hunter x Hunter and Union Arena enough to stick with it into Volume 2 after this game's disastrous launch and the significant power creep it's had since then. But you have to not like it enough to care about pulling the alt arts of the new themes, because they are not going to be in the product. Who is this for? Like, I can count on one hand the number of people who bought this product in the entire Houston area. And that's the big thing about these sets. I think Bandai actively wanted to kill these. Or at least they did not care about these products' success, because they released most of these on the same date as their actual big sets. JJK Volume 2 was the same time as Full Metal Alchemist. Code Geass Volume 2 was the same time as Attack on Titan. And Hunter x Hunter, well, they had to delay that one from the East and moved it alongside Kenshin, which, for context, was a semi-current release in JP, which is a year ahead of the Western format and was meta over there. So Hunter x Hunter released alongside a Tier 0 Kenshin deck format. They didn't want you to play this set either. And it gets funnier in the future, because they are releasing Demon Slayer 2 right after Nikke. They are releasing the most likely to be successful Volume 2 right after the largest set in this game's history. People normally would have money for Demon Slayer, but how do I put this? They were cutting people off at my Nikke pre-release. Like, they told a dude, you were $3,000 deep, put up your wallet and stop hurting yourself. Like, no one's gonna have the money to carelessly spend on bad Demon Slayer decks. What are we doing? Really, I'm just sad that instead of people playing these really fun decks, they're just gonna rot on some store shelves and give Union Arena a worse reputation. These sets don't have to fail. There is so much you can do to fix them. You could change the set structure to be a mini set at a lower price point. You could up the ratio of support for older decks. You could maybe merge the new themes into older colors. Yellow Hunter x Hunter should probably just be a green Hunter x Hunter deck, or maybe blue. You could split it. You could make the set slightly larger. You could base adjust the price point. You could pick better themes. You could spread out the release schedule to have the Volume 2s be their own month, like Wave 1. I don't know, just do something. Please. Bandai, all you're doing is hurting local game stores. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.